Sticking with an anime in the hopes that it gets better is a tradition as old as my grandma would be. After all, hearing your friends talk so excitedly about a show or trying to get into the same show so you can be just as excited as them, and realizing that you need about 100 episodes at minimum to be able to catch up is a daunting task, even for the least busiest of anime fans.
Hey, did you see the dick measuring contest of episode 192 of Super Battle Dogs?
Oh man, Brozo's penis must have been at least 8 inches. Around.
What the fuck?
Man, why is it so long?
That's right. I know you've all seen people, including me, all excited about One Piece on Twitter or Facebook or Reddit or whatever, losing our collective minds at the sight of Luffy going Gear 5, Prince Bojji learning how to finally fight and fend for himself, and 2 characters from a romance anime that's 20 years old finally holding hands.
So we took it upon ourselves to answer a question that absolutely no one has an answer to, including both of us, to be honest. Well, mostly me, which is why I'm tagging Kinkai in for most of this video. How long does it take for an anime to get good exactly? And for that, we decided to take a look at a bunch of random anime that we thought may have started off slow, but indeed, with time got there, started off with a bang, or just took way too long to actually get good.
First off, let's start with something like Fire Force. I probably felt good at Fire Force from the get-go because of the action sequences, the established powers, the art, and the fact that the author is the same person that did Soul Eater. I just felt like the story grabbed me to start with, and not many anime or manga can do that.
Well, the less said about my thoughts on Fire Force, the better.
Indeed, really don't need people unsubscribing because of hot takes.
I think when it comes to anime I've liked from the get-go, only a handful feel this quarter. I liked Jujutsu Kaisen from the start, well, obviously because the animation was gorgeous, and that fight scene between Sukuna and Gojo seemed like an amazing way to grab my attention, of which it was. I've also liked Slime Reincarnation, Awesome Ranking, and Interspecies reviews from the first episode. The last one solely being down to the fact that I'm an incredibly cultured individual with the highest sense of taste in my taste buds, and I can see when an anime is just as cultured as I am.
In other words, you're a perv.
Perv is such a strong word. I prefer the term connoisseur of the fine arts.
Right. Deadman Wonderland is also an anime that I liked a lot. This might be due to the nostalgia, but the fact that I found this anime as an edgy teenager and just how bloody it was made me feel like this was one of the best things ever. And yes, that means I'm saying age plays a factor in what you might like. Then there's slow burners like Hunter x Hunter, which sure it took me like 7 episodes to get into, but I'll be honest, not until the heated moments of the Chimera Ant arc around the time where Kite dies did I feel like I really loved this anime. The power system and how intricate Nen works got me excited. Yes.
And also the fact that it's written by Yoshiro Togashi.
And also the fact that it's written by Yoshiro Togashi. But man, the Chimera Ant arc and just how visceral it seemed. You literally get to watch 2 kids get killed in the first episode or 2. It seemed no holds barred and like anyone would die. That unpredictability for me just added to how amazing the show and manga are.
I believe it took me few episodes to get into Hunter x Hunter myself. I believe the tail end of the Hunter's examination arc, particularly Hisoka's antics, are what got me into the show to begin with, and to start believing that the show was a step up from a number of things I'd watched before then. But when we hit the York New arc, that's when I knew I loved the show. Shame Kurapika hadn't disappear until after where the manga picks up from where the anime ends. Always remember that dude showing up to a fight with the shovel in tow with one of the most powerful individuals we've seen until then, and just utterly decimating him. That takes absolute guts if you ask me.
Then we have shows like Magi, where it only took me up to episode 3 to get fully invested into the show.
Took me up until Judas' fight with Aladdin, Ugo, and Alibaba, which I still maintain is the best fight in that anime. Also, the first ending song is an absolute banger. But then there is also anime like One Piece and Gintama that I feel take significantly longer to get into, at least from my perspective. I'm at the Sky Pier arc currently, and I still wouldn't say I've gotten into One Piece on a level where I'd even put it in my top 20, though I did enjoy Arabasta.
Damn, took me fewer episodes than that. And that to be continued trick always made me want to watch more, as they'd always leave you on a cliffhanger. Story-wise, it was beautiful from the beginning. It wasn't pleasing on the eyes, but I liked its interesting original take-in character design and its robust world, plus the adventure was mesmerizing, still is. So to answer your question, I'd say 10 episodes in.
Can't relate, to be honest. The show seems to drag on for longer than it probably should at some point, so I feel like I'm still having a hard time getting into it because of that. I should probably just read the manga instead. Also, it took me up to about 45th episode to get invested into Gintama, helped by the fact that I didn't have much to watch at the time, and I probably didn't fall in love with the show up until the second season, which I think starts around the 50s or something, which seems to be the accepted discourse among a lot of people and a lot of fans for the show.
So there you have it. Because if I don't stop this now, this video will go on forever and ever.
Wait, I haven't even talked about Naruto or Dragon Ball
So,
yet.
what did we learn from this video? Watch as much of an anime as possible, and you'll eventually trick your brain into liking it. Yes, that means if you have to watch 1,000 episodes of One Piece before liking it, just do it.
That seems like a terrible conclusion.
And as always, don't forget to like the video. If you like the video, hit that subscribe button and comment below what the longest amount of time is taking you to get into an anime. Z Anime out.
This super battle is actually with
私はチンポは世界一です。